We're currently in the Book Café on 249 East High Street in Pottstown, Pennsylvania.
One of the more happening blocks in the downtown where there's been recent investment in retail and restaurant areas. So this is a great place for us to start a coffee shop.
Pretty cool spot. I like it.
The start of this idea was Miss Fisher.
I was offered the lease by an investor in town that I've known for several years who is passionate about education. He knew I taught entrepreneurship, and he said, if I give you the space at a reduced rate for the rest of the school year, what do you think you can do with it?
So Miss Fisher brought it up to us in class. It was like a casual thing one day. She was like, I've always wanted to open a cafe or like coffee shop in town where like kids could like work at or like go to after class. And we were all like, oh yeah, like that sounds cool. Then she was like, guys, like I bought a space and we're like doing it. Here's photos. And we're like, oh, you're serious.
I knew I had 32 students in entrepreneurship. I thought it would work well with Hobart's Run and our initiative in town as well. It also helped to bridge the town and gown gap with the Hill School and the community.
One thing that I always want to do is to connect the Hill community more into the Pottstown community. So I thought that when Ms. Fisher brought up this idea of opening up a zero waste cafe here in Pottstown, I was all for it. As Mr. Baum always says, we don't live in Hill, we live in Pottstown.
It's a wide open space. The 3,000 square feet is open to everyone. So and this is the entry point. But going back, there are segments that each serve a purpose. So there's a conference room that people can use if they need to pop in and have a little meeting here, get their coffee, go sit in the conference room. There's a makerspace.
So makerspace is a place for making. It's a space that you can go in, be creative, and make. I had this idea of using my engineering skills and my design skills to help the community. And I have contacted people at Hobart Run and Kathy Skitlow and Twila Fisher about my idea. My original idea was to have people come in to the Hill School and local people come to the Hill School and I could train them. But they suggested that maybe I can make a makerspace for the community outside the Hill School. And it was at the very same time that also Mrs. Fisher was thinking, and her class were thinking about making the cafe in the community, and we did have the space.
It does take a lot to start something from the ground up. Like this was really just started out of an idea, but it is very possible. Just because it's not easy doesn't mean it's not possible.
All these books on the shelves, we collected them from the thrift stores. A lot of these cookies, sticky buns that we sell in the shop, we make connections to the local businesses and had those in.
I'm super excited to use like what I've learned here for real life experiences once I go to college. That's gonna be stuff like starting a business for a class or similar things that we kind of did here, and just using what I already know and what I learned from here and bring that with me.
With this brand new project, we get to go off campus and dip our feet in some fields that we never touched upon. And some of my takeaway in the future will probably be like, I don't see the customers just as customers. Every single time they come through the door, they order something, we're essentially building a new relationship. When they come back again and again and again, become friends with them and learn about their stories while sharing your own story. And that's just a great way to build your network and be closer to the community.
This is the fourth year of me teaching entrepreneurship, and I think even from talking to Mike Vaughn from the class of '93, who funded the entrepreneurship program 4 years ago, he wanted this as well. He was like, I was restless, I needed something hands-on to do, and so he really wanted a place where the kids could go and learn practically how to start a business. And so the entrepreneurship class has always been about learning, how to write a business plan, how to craft a pitch deck and all of that. But it's now on top of that, being able to like actually look at a price sheet or look at products and services and how to make money from it. So the experiential learning piece is happening here, and I'm thrilled.